Welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessing, this is Pastor Luis Luciano from Oklahoma. Thursday, October 23rd, the second best option. Read Exodus chapter 17, verse 7 to 13, and Joshua chapter 6, verse 15 to 20. What are the similarities do you find between these two war narratives? How do they differ? The first time Israel fought after the Exodus is recorded in Exodus chapter 17, where the Israelites defended themselves against Amalekites. Israel had witnessed God's almighty power in both afflicting the Egyptians and leading the Israelites to freedom. We have seen that God's initial plan for Israel did not include fighting against other people. Exodus chapter 23, verse 28, and Exodus chapter 33, verse 2. But shortly after their deliverance from Egypt, the Israelites started to murmur on the way, even questioning God's presence in their midst. Exodus chapter 17, verse 3. It was at this moment that the Amalek came to fight against Israel. This was not by chance. God allowed the Amalekites to attack Israel so that they might learn to trust Him again. Without compromising His principles, God comes down to the level where His people are, continually calling them back to the ideal plan. Complete and unreserved trust in divine intervention. In fact, the law of warfare was given only after the 40 years of the wilderness experience, which is found in Deuteronomy 20, which was also caused by Israel's unbelief. New circumstances demanded new strategies. It was only then that God required Israel to completely annihilate the Canaanites. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 16 to 18. Besides, the reality that war became a necessity for Israel, it also turned out to be a test of their allegiance to Yahweh. God did not give up on them, but allowed them to witness His power by experiencing total dependence on Him. The participation of the Israelites in the conquest is evident from the conclusion drawn by Joshua at the end of the book. Here, the Canaanites are said to have been fighting against the Israelites. Joshua chapter 24, verse 11. While the collapse of the walls of Jericho was the result of a divine miracle, the people of Israel had to be actively involved in the battle and face the stubborn resistance of the city's inhabitants. Israel's participation in armed conflict became a way to develop unconditional trust in Yahweh's help. Yet Israel was always reminded that the outcome of each battle ultimately lay in the Lord's hands. That is found in Joshua chapter 7, verse 12 to 13, Joshua chapter 10, verse 8. And the only way they could influence the outcome of the military conflict was through their attitude of faith or unbelief toward the promises of the Lord. The choice was their own.